Hi guys, and welcome back to DNA Sports Prep Series. We've got two bros prepping to be two bros, and we've got Andy here again. He's now 7 weeks out and Perry is 10 weeks out. Happy that the news of the gyms finally reopened. They opened yesterday. So let's just start with you, Perry. Is anything going to change now that the gyms have opened?
Just in terms of training, definitely. Sort of doing like a 2-on, 1-off split. Obviously recommended by yourself. So
yeah,
I think that's currently what you're doing as well, isn't it?
Yeah. So just tell what that split is then.
Yeah. So it's pretty much like a push-pull legs. So just train 2 days on, rest 1 day, and then 2 days on again, just repeat. But yeah, we're just focusing more on kind of the push-pull legs now. Focus on more recovery, which I didn't really have last prep.
Yeah.
Not as much as I would like to anyway.
Yeah.
So I think that'll work quite well, to be fair.
I think the temptation when people are prepping is, you know, that you want to train every day.
Just come in all the time. Yeah.
You want to train every day. You want to do too much cardio, and
yeah.
you never get that rest period, because it kind of, when you're training, I don't know if you're the same one, it kind of gives you that purpose for the day, and you sort of structure everything around that.
Literally,
but I think it is very important to get that rest. So you do chest and back 1 day, then you do arms 1 day, then you have a rest. And then it's legs
yeah,
1 day, and then
rest.
shoulders, and then shoulders and calves, and then rest again.
Yeah, that's
so
it.
You actually train everything every 6 days, but you're still getting 2 rest days every 6
that's
days.
It. So yeah, I think the approach will work much better than last time. And going into this prep, the food's higher as well. I think we're roughly 356 calories.
Yeah.
So it's a fair bit. Just been hitting the macros and sticking to it over the last 2-3 weeks in terms of diet, which is already coming in despite not training, you know, as well as I'd like to, with the gyms being shut. Just a change in diet itself is, you know, working really well. So I think that combined with the training as well, I think we'll do good.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So as you said, because your training was a little bit off during some of the lockdown, because you had a bit of a period where you couldn't really get hold of much equipment and stuff like that, that you lost that appetite, lost a bit of fullness. Yeah. So we're trying to now fill you back out, and you're actually getting leaner at the same time.
Exactly. Yeah. So the food was there and there before. It was a bit of a nightmare. Now we've obviously increased the food. I'm struggling to eat a little bit, but the idea is just to, like you said, fill back out, get my appetite up again, get the food high, so we've got room to kind of come down over the next few weeks.
Yeah, I mean, Perry does come in nice and fast, so it might sound crazy for some people to be struggling to eat 10 weeks out. But every situation is different, and obviously with this COVID situation,
it's kind of knocked me off. Everything's just
it's knocked everyone off, hasn't it? So we've got to take each individual's circumstances and sort of deal with them at the time. So Andy, you're 7 weeks out, and you kind of started prep almost for yourself, didn't you? Before?
Yeah, I was kind of just because I've been focusing on just basically bulking and getting the size on. I just wanted to reel it in and see where it was before last time we had this chat, and then basically, I found I was in a better spot than I was before. So I've put on muscle where I needed it, I feel, and so it's been going well. Looking forward to it now. Gyms are back open. I can focus back off a little bit of the classic type of training, but go back into the machines and really reel it in that way, you know, I think. And just focus on contractions and everything like that, towards the competition, I think. Food wise, I think I've been focusing a lot on keeping it
simple for yourself.
Yeah, simple. With I changed jobs, you see, so I went from selling cars to plastering. So I needed something quick, something just down me. So I'm not a lot of protein shakes and oats and stuff like that. Just simple stuff so that I can track my macros and everything like that. But now we're focused on more solid.
Yeah, we're going to start putting more solid foods in. We're going to be a little bit stricter now. Obviously, we're getting to the point at 7 weeks out now. Andy was kind of ahead of himself anyway, because like I say, he started kind of prepping himself just to see where things were. And we didn't really know what shows were going to be available. Now that we know the shows are going to be available, for the last couple of weeks, really 3 weeks, we've just kind of been trying to hold Andy where he was, because he's probably been about 6 weeks out, 5-6 weeks out for the last 3 or 4 weeks. Yeah. So now at 7 weeks out, this is where the point where we're actually now going to start looking at trying to drag that last little bit of fat off and get the sort of condition that got him that the win at the UK BFF. Just with that added muscle that we've added over the last 3 years.
Yeah, that's it. Because since then the weight categories I've had to go up in weight. So over the last couple of years, it's been been putting that mass on, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Because the weight, the UK BFF have a different weight category in the classics. So yeah. It's,
well, the UK BFF category, I think you had to be at 86 kilos, didn't you?
No, I was 81.
Yeah, but I think the limit was a bit higher when it was at 80.
No, that was it. Yeah, and I was under it. We did enough for it to get under it, but on stage once I was carved up, I must have been about 80, 84. Yeah, I think.
I mean, me and Andy are similar height. So at Two Bros, when I won my pro card, my limit was 96 kilos. Yeah. Because I'd considered doing the classic for some number of years, so I'd already been told I had a classic physique. But like I say, with the UK BFF, the weight limit was so low I could never get anywhere near it. Yeah. But with the Two Bros, even though it's still a bit of a stretch for me to come down to it, it's actually giving you the room to be able to grow. Yeah. Because your limit now is about 93.5 kilos.
Yeah, about that.
And at 7 weeks out, you're sitting at around about 92.
Yeah. So I'm already below it, but that's...
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to be on the limit. We don't have to be on the limit. Yeah. I mean, this is where a lot of people do struggle with prep. Is if you have got a weight limit and it's 90 kilos if you're doing bodybuilding, or if it's 85 and it's classic physique with your height to weight ratio, people think they've got to be on that limit. The key is always to be in the best possible condition, whether that's a kilo heavier or 2 or 3 kilos lighter. There's no scales on stage, so the number one factor is always to be as absolutely ripped as possible. Obviously, whilst trying to maintain muscle, and like these guys are still eating plenty of food. Neither of them have started doing any real cardio yet. Maybe just get them to go for a bit of a. Andy's obviously got an active job. Perry's doing about 20 minutes walking in the morning just to get him out of bed and get
my appetite up.
Get your appetite up for that first meal, yeah. So there's plenty of food going in, and because of that, we've got much room to play with. We've got fat burners to add, we've got cardio to add. So we're in a great place at 7 weeks out and 10 weeks out respectively. So we're going to pick this up with a little bit of posing, I think, at the 5 week out mark, which will be in 2 weeks time. So we'll see you guys then.